Hey, and welcome to a new speed build. Today I'm building a little off-grid cabin, and I think this is probably one of my most favorite houses that I've ever built, and I think it's the one that I would want to move into, so it's very close to my dream house. It's very small, it's built on the diagonal, and in the beginning I wanted to use the roof pieces like this to create like an indoor gardening space on the side of the house. But of course, we can't get rid of the wall that connects that to the house. So I couldn't actually access it. So I didn't particularly like that. And that's why I later did change that. And I also changed this little bump on the back there. Yeah, so I'm using things from laundryday here. This is the first time I got that pack new, and this is the first time I've been using things, and I really like the style of all of them. So there's going to be a lot of laundryday stuff in that build, especially these windows that I found that are just gorgeous. So my plan of using the roof was quickly dumped in favor of using these windows. So you see me there placing them. They bring in so much light, and I like their structure. I love them. Uh, so yeah, so the house, that's its basic shape now. On the side of it, because to use the windows, I had to put the walls up one height, so they're like the middle-sized walls, which I think is actually a bit tall for a tiny house like that. But I really wanted to use the windows, and then so I created this little roof on the side by using this I don't actually know what that is. Usually, I think you're supposed to put it over a door. So I could create like something on a different level, and I actually also did that on the back instead of doing this bump that at some point also I thought would be a chimney. But yeah, I deleted that, and instead I created this little roof situation in the back, which is going to be like a workshop later. And then of course I also have a big deck area around the house, and a little window on the top, which of course you can't really access. The inside of the house is shaped in a bit of a funky way, so I used this wall to separate the two areas of the living room and put this window to make it a bit more transparent. And I really liked how that turned out. I love the floor plan in this house. So the left part is the kitchen dining area, and there you see me using stuff from laundry day, the nice shelves, and then I use the teal tiles from the outside and the wood, so the outside and the inside is very similar when it comes to the color scheme. And I put these herbs, which I think is such a nice item, and also the sink from laundry day. I love everything from this pack. I also wanted the inside of this house to look really cluttered, so I put a lot of things on the shelves, and I put a lot of shelves in general. And then I put these jars, which I use a lot, especially in like off-grid or farm situations, because I feel they're the closest we get to having jam glasses or jars with like vegetables and stuff. So I put a lot of those on these shelves in the side. And I again created this shelving situation using a stick from Debug. I think that's like a nice rustic look, and it looks a little bit like you built it yourself. So this is actually a functional off-grid home. I only used off-grid appliances. That's why I used this wood stove and the fridge. So you can play this with the off-grid trait turned on. Yeah, I also use these little cute towels and some pictures on the wall. I think the kitchen area is really nice and cute. And then of course I had to use the bump in the window to put the dining situation in there. Again, using chairs from laundry day, although yeah, I put them on both sides to create a little bit more floor space in the middle, so your Sims can move around. So this house is like meant for one Sim though. You'll see I put a big bed, but you can only access it from one side. There you go. So I picked this bed, and then I moved it into the window. So unfortunately you can only get in from one side. And then I did have some room to have like an actual couch living room situation in the corner, which I again think turned out really nice and cute and cozy. And since it's an off-grid home, and I have a vegetable garden and stuff, I figured you want like storage where you can store all your veggies for the winter and stock up on food. So I created this little big shelving unit in the bedroom, again making use of the tall walls, and put like a bunch of things that looked like they could be stored, fruits and veggies and grains or whatever. These are coffee beans, but yeah, use your imagination. So I put everything that looked like it could be stored foods for the winter. And then to bring in some color, I did paint that wall first orange, and then later I switched it to yellow, while everything else is like mainly wood. Also using the lights from laundryday, although only on that one side. And then I decorated the wall with this shelving stuff. Although I did move that later when I realized that I have like no windows on the back of the house, and I put a window where the shelves are now. And then I created a little dresser with a mirror on top of it to store your clothes and everything. I think that looks cute too. And put some more pictures. I love the ladybug picture, although it's for children, but I thought it fits well with the style of the house. And then I put a little TV because I momentarily forgot that I was doing an off-grid house. So I later removed that, unfortunately, off camera. And instead I put a guitar over there to have some more activities and skills. But of course I put a bookshelf. There's actually a bunch of books in this house, which is also very much my personal style. And then I used this broom and just some more boxes and stuff. I wanted this to look like really full because it's such a small house and you have to store all your things in there. And then for realism, again, the clothing racks over the door, and use my favorite curtains and my favorite picture. This really is my own personal style. And some candles. So I think this nook is really cozy for reading, although you have to be careful not to burn your feet on the candles. But I imagine on a rainy day you can sit there and read. In general, I like with the big windows. I really like how much light you get into in the room. The bathroom then is really tiny, so it's on the diagonal, so it's a bit bigger, but it's basically a 2 tile thing. So I only put a sink and a toilet there. So imagine this being a composting toilet, of course. And I don't have any shower situation. I have a shower bathtub on the outside. So in here we only have a toilet and a sink. And again, this is an off-grid sink, and I use this thing from laundryday. So I really like the laundryday stuff, but I feel it's a bit cheaty because there's a bunch of items that are just combination of other items, like this shelving, this wall decoration thing with the ironing board. These are all things you can also get separately, and it's the same for the rugs. So there's a combination of 3 rugs, but you also get all the 3 rugs individually. So I feel that's a bit typical EA. That's taking things very easy. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful pack, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, but I didn't like that. So yeah, I created another storage unit in the bathroom there, putting some towels, all in yellow, on both shelves. And again, I think the look with the stick makes it look really DIY, homemade. So I like that. And then I went back to the outside and just put some columns on all the corners, give the whole house more structure and more depth. And then I started to decorate the exterior. So, oh yeah, no, well, first I of course had to build a trellis. Wouldn't be a house of mine if it didn't have a trellis. So people who like, if you have watched more of my videos, you'll see that I built these in every single house basically. And then I started to put some more furniture. So there's another little sitting area out here. Since the indoor one is very small, if you like have friends over, you can sit outside if the weather allows that. And I use this nice table, which is basegame, I think, and just put like a tea set and some decorations on there. And also use these flower pots, which are also from laundryday. So I basically went through the whole pack and tried to use as many things as possible. I think they're really cute. And then of course I did this thing where I use these bushes to have them grow around the pillars and raise up this shrubbery on top of the trellis. I always think that looks nice and ingrown. And then this is the carpet thing that I mentioned, the rug combination piece. So I tried to use that because I like the look of rugs on decks, but actually 3 was a little bit too much. So when I found out that I could also get them individually, I just picked 2 of them and placed those separately. And yeah, so I think you don't really need the 3-piece piece. A light next to the door, and then another little rug that I sized down to use in front of the door. And then over here under this roofy thing, that's where the outdoor bathroom situation is going to be. So I use this shower bathtub combo. So at least you have to shower outdoors, but at least you can shower and take a bath. And then I use this window again to section off this area a little bit. I think that looked quite cute. And of course some more bushes growing up on the columns. So to provide a little bit of privacy. And then I did put the laundry facility, the one where you can hand wash your clothes. In the beginning I forgot, but I later did put a hamper on the inside too, so you can actually do the laundry day thing where you wash your clothes and then you can hang them on the clothes lines. And then I used this little thing to create a little nook, and I thought it looked perfect for reading, so I put some books there. I think this is actually a really cute little spot. And some more plants. As I said, there's a bunch of plants here. An easel too for some painting, and then more plants. So this is definitely a house that would be suitable if you want to play the gardening career path, because I did provide a lot of gardening stuff later. And here you see me decorating with some flowers and shrubbery. I cut out a lot of the landscaping actually because I feel it's always a bit repetitive. It's placing down shrubbery, then putting colorful bushes in there and trees, and then coloring using the terrain paint underneath. So I did cut out most of that because I felt it was always the same. Then I did put a grill, which I moved to the front, and a little bench on the side, and then of course the mailbox and the trash can in the back. And then in the back here under this roof I created a little workshop area, which I also found very realistic for an off-grid home where you build and repair your own things. And then I went through the debug menu and grabbed all kinds of things that looked like they would go with a workshop situation. So these boards and boxes and storage facilities. I found these pipes that I added to the shower thing. So, and then I moved everything like a nice spot. I found the little watering can. What's that actually called? It's a Gießkanne in German, but I don't know in English. And the wheelbarrow, although I think I moved those later once I created the garden. And then I did decide that I want a glass house. So I built another little structure in the backyard and again used the windows from laundryday, which makes it look a little bit funky, but I think it's quite cute. And of course glass roof, and then doors on both sides. So there's more area for indoor gardening over there. I put a bunch of planters in there, I believe, and of course some more shrubbery and plants around it. The whole garden is kind of a bit wild and overgrown, as you'll see later. And I put a lot of lavender too, and some more bushes, and then made a little path to the back of the deck where I actually had put another pair of stairs. Must have glossed over that. And some more shrubbery. I thought I cut out most of that, but there's still a lot of me placing plants down. Yeah, there you see on the inside I put a little orange tree, and then mainly some planters, which should all be functional because I think I left enough room so you can actually access those and plant some stuff in them. I don't know if it has an effect if you grow stuff indoors or outdoors. I don't know. And then I did place down this fishing pond too, so you can go like full self-sufficiency on this lot. You can grow your own food, you can fish your own fish. I don't think you'll have to go to the grocery store anymore, because this is the area which I thought would be good for planting and gardening stuff. Although for now I just placed a bunch of bushes so it wouldn't look so empty. But if you play in this, you can just delete all of that and do your gardening in this little little area in the backyard. And then just some more landscaping, more for decorative purposes. So I wanted this lake to look a bit more realistic and put these lakey plants and some water lilies, and then a bunch of trees in the back of the lot, just to, yeah, that's just decoration. And again, I think I cut out the more repetitive part with placing the shrubbery and painting the terrain. And then I put some more planters. I think you can never have enough planters in a lot like this. And then it was just some more final touches. So I changed the little roof over the door, and I painted some more on the outside. And then I put these little chicken statues. Of course, we can't have real chicken in the game, but these look like fairly realistic, and I thought they look cute. And you can imagine that the people living here also are having some chickens. So this is a little video of the finished house. As I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I would totally move in. This is like my dream home, tiny house, off-grid cabin thing. And especially in these times now with being isolated in an apartment, I just wished I had a little cabin like this. So I hope you're all safe and sound and healthy and staying indoors. And I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you like the house. And I'd be happy if you download it from the gallery. So my name there is the same as it is here. It's AnotherPaidora. And I hope to see you again soon. So be safe and bye bye.